say operation, that operation involves disarmament. The ongoing operation has led to confiscation of 58 guns in the last 1 year, and as you can see, some of the guns are here displayed here, some of the ammunitions are here, some have already been forwarded to Nairobi for onward transmission for destruction. And so that operation includes removing firearms from the wrong hands. It will continue. Like I have said, and I want to continue saying this, that our biggest challenge as a country is our porous border. And the closer the county is to the border, the more the guns are available because of this proliferation of small arms. Even as we do the operations, we are alive to the fact that until we cover most of our border points across, we will continue having the challenge of criminals trafficking or proliferating or transporting guns and ammunition through our border to our inland. We were here 2 weeks ago, almost 2.5 weeks ago, to look into the issue of banditry in this region. But today we are here for Jukwaa la Usalama, which is security and service delivery baraza at the grassroots level to discuss issues that are affecting security and service delivery in this county of Isiolo. Today, the Isiolo chapter is going to focus on a number of issues. The similarity of the issues between Isiolo and Marsabit is very high, but Isiolo has one of the most unique issue about Isiolo is that this is sort of for the issues we discussed in Marsabit yesterday, which is about drug trafficking and the issue of trafficking of human trafficking. Here, Isiolo is the epicenter for other issues about drugs. I have been actually shown the information or statistics that after Mombasa, Nairobi, Isiolo is the third most affected city when it comes, or town when it comes to the questions of drugs. Basically because this is a route and this is where the traffickers meet, and there is a conglomeration of all kinds of drugs here, which is basically coming from the porous borders in our neighboring countries. And this is an issue that we have been focusing on together with human trafficking. As you know, in Operation Ondoa Jangili, Furusha Walifu from this area has been focusing on these issues to make sure that we arrest and deal with the drug traffickers. As you must have seen here, a lot has been done. A number of suspects have been arrested. A lot of drugs have been confiscated, which includes cannabis sativa and also heroin, among others. There is also a general abuse of otherwise legal drugs that are medicinal in nature that are also being misused here in this very area. If you go around this town, you will realize so many young people who are badly affected by use of drugs. And the reason why Operation Ondoa Jangili and Operation Furusha Walifu from this area has focused on this issue of drugs. You remember when His Excellency the President visited here, that was a very big issue. It was a very pronounced issue. And we continue with the operations. We are focusing on the bigger traders, the traffickers, and as you can see that these drug traffickers are very heavily armed. Some targeting to get to Nairobi, to get to Mombasa, and also international ferrying of these drugs through our international airports. And therefore, Isiolo remains a place of utmost concern when it comes to dealing with this issue. Number two is we also have the problem of dealing with terrorists and characters who are trying to recruit young people into terrorism. Again, this is a place of utmost concern for the Republic of Kenya, and our security forces, including our intelligence officers, have been on high alert to make sure that they deal with all those characters that are operating in this very area. If you know, Isiolo is one of the most cosmopolitan small towns in the country, perhaps the most cosmopolitan town which is not a city, and therefore it comes with its own various challenges and characters who like to take advantage of this cosmopolitan nature of this area to carry out terrorist activities. And again, a number of characters have been arrested from this Isiolo, and they are facing the law. We also have, of course, the issue of banditry. Isiolo is at the center between Meru and the other parts of Samburu and Laikipia. And as you know, the biggest problem that's facing Meru is that most of these criminals or bandits try to pass through this area. And a lot of work is being done by the security forces here. As you know, the population of Isiolo is smaller, but the land mass is massive. It's among the top 10 biggest counties by land mass. And therefore, manning some of the routes becomes a big challenge, especially in the absence of proper infrastructure. But our security forces are doing everything possible to ensure that those routes are closed. Most of the parts have been closed, and that's why there's relative peace on the part of the side of Meru. But there are two corners on the far end of Mailisaba, this side, and towards facing these sides of Garissa, Garbatula, these are the end. And we are doing, there is some work that is being done to make sure that those areas are closed. You know that we have had a very good support also. Our security forces have received great support from the National Police Reserve, whom we have deployed in the recent past, and we have a backlog of about 200 to 300 of them, and we are assessing the right areas, identify the people, recruit them so that they can assist the security forces. We are also organizing the NPR properly so that their command is clear and they report to the OCSs, and the chiefs will have to account for their whereabouts. And we want to make sure that also those who we recruit do not collude with criminals or bandits in this area. The other issue of great concern here is intercommunal conflicts. For now, we have had very relative peace in this area, but remember that there is a lot of challenges in this area because of sometimes political competition. And we see cases of political actors trying to come up with their political gangs, and in the process shouting themselves down in public barazas and meetings, trying to outdo each other by each one of them having some kind of political gangs. Again, the security forces have been on high alert in dealing with this issue, sometimes at the risk of all these attacks and public berating of the security officers here. But I have assured them that they have maximum support of the ministry as they do their work. They should not allow themselves to be interfered with politically, because it is important that we bring sanity and order in this area. Considering the cosmopolitan nature of Isiolo, we do not wish that these leaders engage in acts that are going to undermine security. And I have engaged them myself, and we will continue engaging them from the ministry perspective, just the same way I said in Marsabit, that as we approach elections, some politics and political leaders become a threat to peace. And it is important that we engage them as early as possible. We'll be having even other meetings in the near future with the leaders to make sure that they sign up to keep peace even as they campaign for different positions. We want to make sure that this place remains peaceful so that political competition does not lead to loss of life. Those are some of the things we are focusing on in Isiolo. Other than that, this is a very important area with various challenges, vast land, poor infrastructure, which contributes immensely to the issue of banditry, because the connection between Isiolo and Samburu, for example, is very poor, and some wards like Oldonyiro, they are inaccessible. And it's important that we continue bringing these to the fore so that our relevant ministries can invest in these areas, and we believe that security roads will play a significant role in dealing with insecurity. For example, the road between Isiolo, Modakashe, Kulamawe road is extremely important, and as you know, that road goes all the way to Mandera, and we appreciate the work of His Excellency the President so far in improving infrastructure in marginalized areas, because that is how best we can deal with insecurity issues in this area.